are than where we are, because it is probably about 5 to 6 below zero with the wind chill, and tonight it's going to get down to around 20, and tomorrow even worse. And then we have a big nor'easter coming Monday, Tuesday with huge potential for snow. Yes. That's the weather report. Thank you very much.
So welcome tonight. I made a decision on the streaming software. I went with BeLive. So we have some different elements today. It was actually pretty exciting. BeLive has a user group, and they'll actually do some graphic work for you for your show for free. They just do it. So I have a recipe graphic that I'm actually really excited to share with you guys.
And I don't.
But Portugal is actually the first location that we've done in this virtual travel series that we've actually been. So we're pretty excited about that. We actually have a great story about the Portugal trip. So for our 30th wedding anniversary, we were talking about doing some great trip, a European trip, doing a 2-3 week trip and going somewhere very exciting. And one of the things that I had seen a picture of, and I'm going to show it on screen right now, was, just one second. Really wanted to go there. I just thought it sounded great. It was like a volcanic island, and we had gone to the bookstore to look for travel material on it, and there was really nothing available, very little available on the Azores. So we decided to do something else for our anniversary. We decided not to do that. And then our anniversary's in October. In August, I was driving to work one day, and on WBZ radio, I hear that SATA Airline is running a contest that if you enter into the contest, that you could win a trip to the Azores. So I went into work and I looked at the entries, and in order to enter, they had that picture, and you had to say where that was, and they would put your name in a drawing. So I knew exactly where it was, because that's where I had wanted to go. So I put the entry in, and I forwarded the link to Mike, and Mike also put an entry. So you want to take the story from here, babe?
We didn't win. No, we did. Actually, what happened is on our anniversary, October 25th, I believe it was around 5 o'clock.
Actually, it was the 26th, because our anniversary was a Sunday. So
right, it was on that Monday. And there's some good friends of ours who also have their anniversary, I think, the same day or the day before.
Karen and Bob.
Yeah. And we were going to meet Shannon down in Plymouth, and they were swinging by to pick me up. So I'm getting in the shower, and I have the water running, and the phone rings, and I thought it was maybe Shannon calling to say she's late or something's going on. And I look, and it said WBZ CBS, and I'm like, okay, this has got to be one of those telemarketer calls. So I grabbed the phone anyway, and the lady goes, "Is this Mr. Freeze?" and starts talking, and I said, "Yes, it is." And I'm thinking I'm going to get some kind of a spiel on credit cards or warranties or something. And so I kind of got a little jerky with her, and she goes, "But you entered a contest." And I said, "No, I didn't enter no damn contest. I don't enter those things." She goes, "Oh, you did." And I said, "No, I didn't, ma'am. I'm sorry." And she goes, "We entered a contest to go to the Azores, and I just want to tell you, you won." So it's like, holy crap. So she goes, "We'll be overnighting to you a FedEx package with all the details and everything." And, the next day, I got this overnight packet, and sure as can be, we won. And it was probably one of the best vacations I think we ever had. We spent 2 weeks. We actually won 4 nights and free airfare and 4 nights in the hotel. I was able to negotiate a 5th night, and then we also flew from the Azores to Porto. We spent 3 nights there. Then we took the train down to Lisbon, and then we spent 6 or 7 nights there.
And it was an excellent trip, and he actually told me when we were out at dinner on the anniversary. So it was you know, for me, it was great because, you know, even though we didn't get to go for our 30th wedding anniversary, it was a wonderful gift. And I knew he would be the one to win because I am not lucky.
That's right.
All. He's Mr. Luck. I am not.
In that big Mega Millions drawing 2 weeks ago or last week, I won $4.
I think I won 4 as well, but I'm not going to tell you how much I spent. So, because I really didn't win.
No, she did not.
So why don't we go ahead and get started? Why don't you talk about what you're going to do?
Okay, I'm going to make Portuguese pork cutlets, which is pronounced Bifana. And they're very thin little cutlets that you create a little marinade with. And it's white wine and wine vinegar, garlic, a bay leaf, some pimento paste, which I did not have. So what you can use in place of pimento paste would be like an Italian sweet pepper, diced up real fine, or a sweet bell pepper. Paprika. And I do want to mention paprika. There's 2 styles of it, Hungarian and Spanish. Hungarian is pretty much typically what you'll find in everyone's pantry. That's a very mild tasting paprika. And then there's Spanish. Spanish has a more savory, it's a little spicier, it's more full flavored. And unfortunately we were out of Spanish. So what I did is I took some Hungarian and I mixed it with a little bit of smoked paprika. And then I added a little bit of cumin into that, and chili powder, a little bit of chili powder to give it what I was looking for. And then use that. And then the other thing is what else is in there? Some black pepper, some cloves, peri-peri sauce, which is a Portuguese hot sauce, basically. So I didn't have that. I wasn't going to run out to the Brazil store because it's like 8 degrees here. So I used Tabasco. So there's actually a really good site for substitutions, and that's where I found that for peri-peri you could use Tabasco sauce. And so what I did is I marinated that. You can do it overnight. I did it for about 4 hours, and it's very thin pork cutlets. Typically it's served on a Portuguese bread or a Portuguese roll. We don't eat much bread or hardly ever eat rolls or anything like that. So we're going to just serve it up as sort of our main entree. But in Portugal, these were awesome little sandwiches, and it's traditionally served as a sandwich versus the way that we're going to serve it. And then I'm going to make some roasted Portuguese potatoes. And what I did is I marinated those in paprika and some olive oil. And sort of looks, this was the baggie that I used, as you can see. And there's olive oil in there and salt and pepper. So it's got a nice smoky flavor to it. And then because this cocktail that Shannon is making tonight features strawberries, I'm making up a strawberry salad that has some cranberries and strawberries and a bunch of other good things in there. And probably just going to have one of these cocktails, and then I'm going to serve that up with a cane crevet.
We didn't have any of Portuguese wine. We were out because it's our favorite. We drink it quite a bit.
We probably have 11 cases of wine, and I had no Portuguese wine left. Honestly, it's such a good wine, and it's such a reasonable price. 18, 20 bucks, you can get awesome wines. So I'm going to do this cane crevet. This is a 2009. And while I'm gonna
just take a breath. Take a breath.
Take a breath. Okay.
Well, I just want to say so we have Mike Sleeper said hello. So hi, Mike, and then Dori, and it says that this is on her bucket list. And then Mike Overschmidt must be luckier than us because he won $12.
Oh,
so, yeah. So he's
congratulations, Mike.
So we love hearing the comments and the likes. So so please comment and share. One other thing I wanted to mention about the wines, which we've mentioned in one of our other shows, is Portuguese wines are excellent. They're a good value. If you go to the wine store and you're not sure what to get, as long as it comes from the Douro Valley and it is a Reserva, you are going to get yourself a good bottle of wine. So don't be afraid to try the Portuguese wines.
Excellent.
So,
yes.
Okay, so now are you going to start?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start cooking these. These only take a few minutes because they're so thin. So by the time she's done, I should be done.
And Dori loves, she'd love to know the substitute resource, so we'll actually
I'll post that.
post that.
Yep, and don't forget to come by and pick up your horseradish.
Yeah. Okay, and now I am making a cocktail featuring a Brazilian liqueur called Beirao, and it's spelled B-E-I-R-A-O. And let me just I just want to go through the list of ingredients here. So we're going to use 2 ounces of Beirao. Now Beirao is a 22% liquor, so it's not strong at all. It has a very interesting flavor. As the history of a lot of liqueurs go, they started out as a medicinal. So you can see this one is actually, you know, a little syrupy. It's very, very sweet. It has a caramel color. When you smell it, it has a hint of just a hint of anise. Like it's not strong like an absinthe or a ouzo. It's just, you can just kind of just smell it on the back note. And then when you taste it, you get caramely flavors with maybe a hint of chocolate. It's actually a very interesting liqueur. Now, I actually bought this by mistake at the liquor store because it happened to be in with the kind of the brandy section. And so I thought, oh, a Portuguese brandy, I'll try something like that. Well, it wasn't. It was a sweet liqueur. So we had it, so I thought I would make this this traditional cocktail. So it calls for this liqueur. It's actually one of the few liqueurs made in Portugal. Portugal is really known for its wines and its port. So it takes fresh squeezed and strained lemon juice, and then, of which it's 1.25 ounces for a serving. And then I'm using fresh strawberries. I recommend using the fresh strawberries, 4 ounces per drink. You can also use frozen strawberries because we are going to blend them up. So that is the ingredients. I'm just going to hide that while I make the cocktail. So to start this cocktail, what I'm going to do, and there were 2 different versions of this recipe that I tried. One of them, you know, you can actually muddle the strawberries right into the glass, and it was tasty and it was nice, but I felt like it was hard to drink because it's much more pulpy. So I am going to basically make a strawberry juice by taking the strawberries. I'm going to add, and I'm making 2, so I'm doubling this. So I'm adding 2.5 ounces of the lemon juice right into the strawberries. And then I'm going to come over to the blender, if I can find what happened to the lid. Hit it. And now we're pureeing these. So. Okay, so now we have a nice strawberry juice, which I am then going to pour into my shaker. Now, if you don't have this liqueur and you would like to, you know, if you're following along, this is basically the basis for a traditional daiquiri, except I use lemon juice instead of lime juice. So you can pretty much substitute 2 ounces of any white liqueur, so white liquor. So you can put in rum, you can put in tequila, you can put in vodka, and it just makes a nice strawberry drink. This is actually a really, because of the low alcohol content, it's not, you know, it's not boozy. You can actually, this is a great, you know, summertime drink. You can sit around the pool and drink those. So I'm adding the booze, and now I'm going to add a little crushed ice into the shaker, just enough to, help, melt the ingredients. I don't want to add too much because I find if you have too much, we're going to pour this whole cocktail into the glass, and if you have too much crushed ice, it makes it harder to pour. So just give it a shake, and really all you're doing is trying to mix those ingredients together. And then I'm going to serve this in sniffer glasses. You can serve them in highball glasses. You can really serve them in any glass you choose. But you are going to put some ice in here. And then you just take your crushed ice and fill the glass. And this is, the name of this cocktail is a Morangão. And Morangão is strawberry in Portuguese. And I know I'm botching my Portuguese pronunciations because the Portuguese pronunciations are very hard for native English speakers. I'm just going to use the straw, give it a little stir. And then you just put a little strawberry, whoops, I put a little strawberry on the edge of the glass for your garnish. And here is the traditional Portuguese Morangão. Okay. So how you doing over there, baby?
I'm a little behind, so keep talking.
Okay, keep talking. Well, I have a couple other. Great. Anybody have any questions? Let's see. Ken Paul says he needs a Frizzy Corner Bar t-shirt. So we are actually working on trying to figure out how we're going to get some t-shirts available for people. So hopefully in the next couple weeks we'll have t-shirt options for you guys. And Pat Arnold says it looks delicious. Thank you, Pat. It is very, very tasty. It's actually a good cocktail. I also have, let's see, what else do I have? I have a couple pictures here. One, this is, I'll just show this picture. This was, I believe that's Sintra. That is on the mainland, as opposed to when we went to the Azores. And I think that is, I might have another picture here to show why I'm killing time. I think it was, no, that is all the pictures that I have. So, and then Puls Sweet on the cocktails. And Mike Sleeper says, what is the base liquor again? The Brazilian source one. This is actually Portuguese, and it is called Liqueur Birral. I'll hold it up closer to the camera so that you can see it. So it is, and as I said, it's sweet. A lot of people just drink it on the rocks after dinner. Would be good in coffee, and would actually be good poured over fruit. And it is it's a change. We actually did a taste test because I was trying to figure out what it tasted most like, and we tasted it against some of the liqueurs we had. The one that we had that I think it was the closest to was Benedictine. It had similar spices, but it wasn't as, this is sweeter, lighter alcohol. The Benedictine had a little more liquor bite to it. I also think there's it's like the 43, there's some liqueur called, is it 43?
43, yes.
I think it probably tastes close to that. That's kind of on the vanilla note side, but it is an interesting liqueur. Okay, baby, you gotta come over here. We're gonna wrap this up.
Okay, so just about to serve this up.
you gotta wrap this up. I'm running out of things to say.
Yes.
So that was Mike Sleeper's question. And then Joe Phillips says,
Hey, Joe.
if you don't mind, can you post the liquor name? Yes, we can. And as always, all of the recipes are on friesiescornerbar.com. You can,
Move those cocktails. Let's see them food. I'm kidding.
it's on all of our recipes are at www.friesiescornerbar.com. I actually have the picture up where you can see, and I don't know if you can see clear enough. The picture of the cocktail is also posted on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. But yes, will definitely post that. So let me hide this now. So he's back. Thank you, Joe, for that question.
So the Portuguese, it's really interesting. Everybody eats outside, but they eat late for dinner. This would be extremely early. You could go to any restaurant at this time of the night, and it would be completely empty. They usually eat dinner at around 10 o'clock, which we found very difficult.
For him, particularly.
Yeah, because I'm about a 4 meal a day at least. So, and they also don't serve huge portions. It's almost like eating tapas or something. So this is the pork that, careful, it's got sauce on there.
I know, but I'm trying to.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but it's got the paprika in there that gives it a little bit of the color. And then these potatoes are just oven roasted. And then this was the salad that I made. It's got kale and lettuce and a bunch of different things in there. So, but yeah, we absolutely loved Portugal. It's one of our favorite locations. We're planning on going back in May, and then the COVID hit, so that all got changed around.
But we absolutely, when we retire, we want to do a couple months there.
Yeah, we want to actually go down for a month or two down in the south of Portugal and hang, because it's just so incredibly reasonable. And
yeah, it is probably one of the least expensive places other than Eastern Europe that you can go and get. And I mean, we would eat lunch, like a lunch like this would be like $10 US.
Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one thing I want to mention is that we really learned. We used to, like try to always go to the nice places or to try one in each city we'd go to. And we were using TripAdvisor, and we learned a valuable lesson. If TripAdvisor rates at number 1 or number 2 or 3 or 4,
and all the tourists go there.
Yeah, and so
and there's no native.
Yeah, so you go in and you're sitting next to people from New York and California and Chicago or wherever. What we learned is don't follow TripAdvisor. Try to get there and find somebody that you trust and look for local places. And every time that we did that on all of our trips,
we ate at the best places.
It was amazing food. TripAdvisor, you're just eating with a bunch of tourists, rude tourists. So cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry I talked so
Friday.
much. Happy Friday. So
love you.
Love you too. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment.
And if you could share to people who you think might be interested in the sites, that would be great too.
And we're on YouTube for people that may not be on Facebook. You can look for Friesies Corner Bar there.
And I actually tried something else, which I'm not sure if it's going to work. I asked Max to test it out, but I don't know if he did. So we actually I posted the scheduled YouTube video on our friesiescornerbar.com. So theoretically, you're supposed to be able to also watch it directly from the website. So
yeah, good. Good. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. I know that there's a huge storm coming across from the Midwest, so be safe. And
so Ken is hungry. Cheers, Stephen. Cheers, Dori. And thank you, Pat, for the excellent comments. Excellent show.
Good. And if you have comments that you'd like us to consider or ideas to consider for other shows, please let us know. Things that you'd like us to try, or you were in some location and you thought it was cool, we'll research it out and we'll try to come up with something. So,
okay. Thank you very much.